All right, so this video is actually to explain a strategy that you can use. Even if you want to stay on this alone, it's enough. We call it the EEP strategy. Now, first and foremost, remember that EEP will work if you are not against the trend, and it is only for crash 500 and boom 500, right? It does not work with crash 1000. Crash 1000 has a long wavelength, so it will drag you, and that's why it is not suitable for crash 1000 or for crash 500. So please, EEP is first and foremost, you have to check the major trend of the market using H1. How do you know that the trend is bearish? If the trend is bearish, like what you're seeing here, it's a bearish trend. First and foremost, the yellow 48 is above and the candles are below. Like you're saying, the candles are forming below, so we're going to have, for example, crash 500 is going to sell more, right? So if that is the case, we look at for EEP. Now, what are EEP? First, you have to establish that the trend is bearish for crash 500 or bullish for boom 500. Now you come to H1. Okay, now a suitable EEP is this is what makes EEP. First and foremost, let me take us here. For example, something like this must happen. Are you seeing that? The RSI 6 must touch 85, not like this one that has not really touched. I'm trying to look for a perfect example. Must touch 85, and then the RSI 1 must also touch this level of 90. And then if that happens, just load your for, if it is C500, load your cells and leave it. It's going to drop. It's going to drop for sure. Okay, so let me look for a more example of when there is a complete setup like that. Then you see that it is going to drop massively. It's going to drop massively. Okay, good. This is a typical example here, here, here. So if you look, if you use 20 lot size depending on your equity anyway, or even 2 lot size depending on your equity, remember, one drop, second drop is enough to meet your daily target, if you know what I mean. But remember, you must do it when your trend, when the trend is bearish. Example of EEP is this. It will certainly drop. So that's what you do, and I hope this will help you. Now let me just quickly rush to boom 500 to show you how boom 500 works. EEP, take note, not in 1000. First and foremost, you want to check if there is, now this is not a bullish trend, so EEP will not work right now, because first and foremost, the trend, look at it, the yellow, the candles are forming against here. So unless you are looking for a pure support before you can start buying, but if you're looking for EEP, it will not work, because number one, it is against the major trend. Now this is a typical example of EEP, but because it is closer to a support like this, there is a clear support around here. Okay, so maybe when it gets here, it is going to start buying, but it is not EEP. That is basically a technical a price action kind of situation where you have to bank on support now. But EEP setup would have been suitable as it is right now, because all the conditions are met here. So, but however, we expect it to push up, but that will be only when it agrees with the visible support. So you can use EEP to triple your account, to double your account, to even to use it as your standard trading version. And let me say this very quickly: EEP will occur 10 to 12 times in 24 hours. EEP setup, kind of setup, will appear. Out of these 10 times, you will have 8 that will play out perfectly well, provided you are not against the trend. Remember, you don't just have to be in a hurry. You have to give it a little patience, because EEP may take a little time, but it will definitely play out. So that's what I think you should use if you want to use it only, to trade. I wish you well. Cheers.